Okay, so to get started with creating funnels inside of your new accounts, once you've logged in and you're landed here on the dashboard, go ahead and click on the Sites tab here on the left-hand sidebar. This will automatically redirect us to the funnels section. And now to start creating our funnels, we need to click on New Funnel up here in the top right corner. This is then going to open up a new window prompting us to either create a funnel from scratch or to create one from over 1,000 templates that you can choose from that we've pre-built and loaded inside of your account. So if you wanted to choose the templates, click on the templates selection and then click on continue, and this will open up a new window giving you access to all of the different templates that are available to you to start customizing and using within your business. And rather than scrolling through all of our different templates, you can also filter them by categories, by types, as well as by tags. You can also search right here, and you can also view between most popular and then most recent. However, for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to create one from scratch, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the funnel builder and how it works. So we're going to close out of this by clicking the X up here in the top corner, go back to new funnel, click on from scratch, and we're going to call our new funnel test and click create. So this will now create our funnel. And now once we have our funnel created, we need to start importing our funnel steps. So to add a funnel step, click on add new step or import. Now we can either create a brand new funnel step from scratch, or we can actually import a pre-existing funnel from ClickFunnels, either Classic or 2.0. To do that, you could just input the ClickFunnels URL into this box, click on create funnel step, and this will import element by element your entire funnel from your ClickFunnels account into your new account to bring everything under one roof. However, we don't have a ClickFunnels to import now, so we're just going to create our first step, and we're going to call it step 1. After that, it will create the funnel step. Here we can either create new funnel steps and we can map out the amount of steps we need in our funnel, or we can go ahead and start customizing this initial funnel step. So you can see here, we can either start editing it by either using an existing funnel or funnel step that we want to clone into this funnel, or we can just begin editing from scratch. We can also click on edit or click on the drop down menu and click on edit a new tab if we wish to open up a new tab. This is the preview icon where you can preview your funnel in a preview window. And then you have the settings icon here. You also have the option to create variation. So if you're running ads to your funnels, you can actually automatically create a split test, and it will split the traffic from those ads evenly or percentage wise of how you set to each variation of your ads. You also have the option to manage products that could exist within this funnel that you're trying to sell, as well as some publishing settings such as your step name and the step URL. So let's go back to overview. And what we're going to do is actually start editing our funnel, and I'm going to show you how to use the funnel builder within the platform. So go ahead and click on create from blank, and this is now going to open up the funnel building platform. Okay, so once you've opened the funnel building platform, it's going to look a little bit something like this. Now, to explain how the funnel builder works, we need to dive into the hierarchical structure of the sections, rows, and elements. So what I mean by that is all of our funnels begin with sections. Sections are sections of our funnel that we're isolating out to use as different steps or sections within our funnel for the user to navigate through. Rows are then rows of elements that we can place inside of those sections, so that could be a host for things like text, images, videos, and much more. Elements are then the actual elements themselves. So the actual headlines, the actual videos, the actual images, all of the elements live within inside the rows. So let me explain here what I mean. So to begin, you would add a section right here at the top left corner. So we're going to add a full width section, so it's going to span the entire space of our funnel. This is then going to create a green outline here, which is going to be our section. Now we're going to be prompted to create a row within this section. So by clicking add row, it's then going to give us the option to add columns inside of our rows. So you can either have one long column spanning across the entire funnel, 2 columns to add elements side by side, 3 to add more elements side by side, going all the way up to 6. So for the example of this tutorial, I'm actually going to add a 2 column to show you how this works. Now we're going to get a blue outline, which is outlining our rows. And inside of our rows, we have a pink or purple outline, which shows the columns inside of those rows. And inside of those columns, there's an orange button to signify elements. So in this column, we could add a headline element, and then right next to it, we could add an image element. And so now we have a headline here, and we have an image here on our funnel. If you have any questions on the hierarchical structure and the layout of how to build these funnels, please feel free to reach out to our team, and we're more than happy to explain this further. However, I'd encourage you to play with this yourself, as using this for a little bit of time will allow you the opportunity to get familiarized with it and understand exactly how these elements work hand in hand to give you immense freedom in building your funnels. So we're going to actually build a demo funnel here now to show you exactly how you would set up your own funnel in real time if you were doing this alongside me. So if you're here at a blank funnel, we're going to create a new section, and this is going to be a full width section. We're then going to add another section below this as another full width section. Inside of our first section, we're going to add a column, and inside of this column, we're going to add a headline. And now we have a headline here, which we're going to call, this is our headline. Now, if we hover our mouse over the headline element, you can see that there's a plus icon underneath that element. If you click this, it's going to prompt you to add another element directly underneath the existing element. In this case, we're going to add a sub headline, and we're going to title this is our sub headline. So now we have our headline and our sub headline right here at the top of the page. So now moving on to the next section, we're actually going to add a new column, and then we're going to add a video element within this column. And then directly underneath our video element, we're now going to add a button element underneath that. So now we have the kind of skeleton of our page starting to come together. We have our attention grabbing headline, our sub headline underneath that. We have a video which may contain a VSL or some sort of sales video. And then we have a button here which we can set up to start collecting our leads. But let's say we want to customize this page even further. Let's say I'm not happy with the spacing between the headline texts and the video. Well, by clicking on an element, you can actually adjust all of the settings to do with that element here on the right-hand side. From everything from general information to more advanced information, such as custom code. And you'll see this across all elements. So across the button element, you'll see button-specific information that we can change. And on the text elements, you can see text-related elements that we can change. You can also change the settings of sections, as well as columns, as well as rows. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and move this video higher on the screen so that it's more in line with our text. But we can't drag and drop this as it's contained within a section. So to move elements like that, what we need to do is start adjusting our margin and padding. So you'll see when I click on different elements, the margin and padding elements start to change. So if I click on the section, we have 20 pixels at the top and 20 at the bottom. But on the video, we only have 10 at the top and 20 at the bottom. So if I want to move this video element higher, I'll start on the section. I'll then change the padding to 0. I might then go down to the row, change the padding on the row to 0. And then finally maybe go onto the video itself and then change this to 0 as well. So now my video has moved higher on the screen and it's closer to the text. I might also do this on the actual headlines themselves. If I click on the headline, I'll see that there is no margin underneath the headline. But if I click on the column, I can see that there is 20 pixels here on the section. Click on 0, and this is going to bring the video closer to the headline. Now let's say I want to change the look and feel of my button down here below to start attracting more viewers and collecting leads. Well, let's say I want to start with the background color. Then I can click background color here and then double click on any of these colors that I want to change it to. In this case, we're going to do blue. Now let's say I want to change the font weight from this kind of regular font to a more bold font. Then I can click on font weight right here and I can change this to 700 bold. Now we have a bold font inside of our button. Well, now let's say we want to get a little bit more advanced and I want rounded corners on my button rather than it just being rectangular shaped. Then I click on the button, I'd go into advanced, and then I would go click on border, I'd click on full border, and then I change my border radius to, let's say, 15 pixels. Now you can see we have rounded corners here on the button, and we have a green outline, which we can change the border color back to the original blue. And now we have a good looking blue button, which should attract attention for people to click on it. By clicking on the button again, we can also adjust what happens when this button is clicked. Do we want to open a pop-up window, go directly to a new website, hide or show elements, skip to a next step, send them an SMS or an email, etc. And there's many more options for you to change inside of all of these different elements. The different elements you can add range from headlines to paragraphs, buttons, forms, images, videos, calendar embeds, review embeds, countdowns, dividers, progress bars, and even order confirmations such as baskets and one-step and two-step order forms. And we've gone above and beyond to make sure that this funnel builder gives you as much freedom as possible to build the funnels that will make your business successful and grow your business. So we also have added a bunch of options here at the top, such as the ability to embed custom tracking code inside of your header and footer. You also have the ability to embed custom CSS. So if you're familiar with CSS and you'd like to start customizing your funnel outside of the boundaries of the funnel builder, you can do so in here. You can also change the typography of your funnel. You can also change the background image or color. You can change the pop-up settings. You can change SEO metadata. You can start previewing custom codes and disabling it if this helps your funnel building experience. And you can also embed a one-click cookie consent form by clicking on enable here. If you click I've read and understood the above after reading and understanding the above, you can then set up a cookie consent banner to comply with any data protection regulations inside of your region. So going back to the funnel builder now, by disabling this, we can also start to view our funnel in a mobile mode. So here we have a mobile mode within your funnel that you can begin changing all of the elements within your funnel and start making it look great for mobile to start collecting those leads. And then finally, you can preview your funnel by clicking on the preview button up here. You can save your progress without publishing your funnel right here by clicking save, or you can go ahead and publish your funnel here by clicking on publish, and this will publish your funnel to any connected domains. So I hope this helps. This is a little bit of an overview as to how the funnel builder works. Again, in terms of hierarchical structure, and when you begin building your funnel, you need to add sections, and within those sections, you then add rows, and within those rows automatically come columns, and then within those columns, you add elements to those columns to start forming the outline and the skeleton of your funnel. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions whatsoever on how to build funnels, please feel free to reach out to our team, as we'll be more than happy to help.